Hello everyone. Welcome to Last Word. Last Word is an RPG Maker game. From what I can tell, it is a RPG combat game based around fighting each other with words. And from what I can see from the trailer, it seems interesting enough in terms of the combat. And another thing that I've noticed is it has a sort of what's the word I would put it for? Essentially, we're going to try to escape from a manor because we're going to get locked in there, and that, alongside the kind of unique combat style, has me very intrigued. But otherwise, let's head in. Okay, that's not the confirm. What's the confirm button? Or oh, met my first pickle. What? What is the? Is it enter? Oh, okay. I have to check the keys. Excuse me, gentlemen. This is the estate of Professor Chatters, is it not? There's no way in. Oh, I guess V? No, it's not V. Oh, C is it? Okay. Let's use C. The servant should be back soon, my lady. He'll be letting you in. Don't wait up for us. I didn't expect to see this already. See what?
Hey.
This chit-chat. Or the words. You know, what those two fellows are engaging in right now? I gotta say, the portraits are actually pretty good looking. All I see is a bit of discourse. Wordplay is common enough at social gatherings, if not entirely expected. Yes, but have you met Judge Boastings and Mr. McCall? I'm familiar with them, but we've never been formally introduced. Why?
Hey.
They continuously attempt to get the last word on each other. It's a pain to listen to. It's as if whoever speaks last gets a big prize, or some such thing. Almost as if they get the last word. That's exactly the point, young sir. Try not to play ignorant. This is a rather large estate. Only the best for Professor Chatters. Care to come inside? What of the other two? If we wait for them out here all evening, freezing. If we wait for them, we'll be out here all evening, freezing our smiles off. Come along. He shut the door on us, and after inviting us in. Can you believe the nerve? Oddly enough, I can. Hopefully the exceptional Professor Chatters will have a bit more manners. You've never met with him either? I can't say that I have, but I couldn't refuse his invitation. This should be a fairly high-profile gathering, if I'm not mistaken. It will be a great boost for my position in the Masinbo Corporation. Oh. It's due time we entertained our host, Mr. McCall. After you. Very graceful of you, Mr. Boastings, but I insist you lead the way. I couldn't possibly, Mr. McCall. Mr. Boastings, you simply must allow me the pleasure of letting you go first. See what I mean? You are a bit ignorant, aren't you? Okay, I already don't. I'm assuming she's our main character. She seems she's a bit arrogant. I'm Witty Gossip. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Seymour Seymour of Seymour House. A pleasure. What do you say we get inside before it gets much darker? So this is Summer House, the estate of Professor Chatters. Of course, why state the obvious? Should it be obvious? I've never stepped foot in here before. Good point. You certainly haven't. I don't just let anyone enter onto the property. You're a bit judgmental for a servant. Possibly. Professor Chatters has strict guidelines for who can and cannot attend his little get-togethers. There are multitudes of dowdy figures vying to tumble through that door. Sometimes his guests have class, other times I must bite my tongue. Like now, for example. I don't suppose you've worked here with an I don't suppose you've worked here long with an attitude like that. I'm a professional, Mr. Seymour. I've been here for quite some time, and I'll never forget a frumpy face. I'll be sure to add you both to my mental catalog of regular attendees. The others are up this way. Follow me. Are you ready? I suppose. This isn't exactly my forte. No, you don't mingle often? My mother handled most of these engagements. Key topic. Alright. She was the head of the Seymour house. I was a bit sheltered myself. You don't say. Maybe I'll pick up on some of her skills. I can only hope. Maybe a glass of wine first. Alright, movement's obvious. Alright. What do we have in here? Nothing. I'm just starting to wonder if C is still the confirm button. I think it is. Oh, here we go. There are a lot of wines to choose from on this shelf. Oh. Locked topic, unknown. Is that a cat? Looks like there's a transparent bottle tucked far behind the glass. Okay. I was more interested in the cat, mind you. Also, who's the person in the bathroom clearly having a hard time? This spot on the bar is different from most of the others. Yeah, I figured as much from the trend we were seeming to get here. Got a save point, though, which I will take. Tonight promises to be interesting. Quite a few new faces. Myself included. Most certainly. You especially. And it's bothersome. I come to these parties for some real conversation, discussions, arguments, gossip. Honestly, Miss Gossip, witty gossip. I know who you are. I'm being condescending. But as I was saying, Miss Gossip, was it? I don't think you have what it takes to hold your own here. You're serious. I am. Do you disagree? I most certainly do. Excellent. Whoa. Alright, okay. Here we go. Move the conversation cursor forward to get the last word. Higher levels have a greater starting advantage. Witty is 11 levels lower than Miss... Whoa, how do you... Falar Prattle. Disruptive? I don't know what this is. Well, that moves us forward, so I'm gonna do that. And okay. Alright. We already lost our first battle. Fair enough. Well, it seems I left you speechless. Be a good girl and bring me that glass of 20-year Blanc. It's just delicious. Come now, show some class. Don't leave a thirsty woman awaiting her evening nip. You can pour a glass of wine fairly well, at least. I commend you. Classy slurp that is in no way obnoxious. Simply divine. As you're no doubt aware, there's great power in the ability to get the last word in a conversation. In that brief moment of speechlessness, you are susceptible to my persuasions. It's a positively overwhelming feeling. It certainly is. You don't sound enthusiastic enough, and it bores me to no end. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to strike up a conversation elsewhere. Find the lock icon to progress the story. Alright, well we can go talk to him. Hang on the bathroom. Nope, locked. Alright. Locked. Locked. Wait, what is this? Oh wait, never mind, no. Went on design. Part copper, part rubber. Another unknown topic. It's a very nice painting of a landscape. There appears to be a lot of these around the state. The artist signed as Vera. I watched the trailer. I know exactly what that. Well, not exactly what that thing is, but weird doll, fireplace. Nothing with flavor text. Clever. This is an awkward statue. Stone mouth that says Seymour House at the bottom. Oh, these books are historical, though. Fall of the House of Galshep? I don't see what I could gain from reading such blather. Small section deals with primarily military history. Oh, another locked topic. Yeah, I'm gonna assume a lot of the stuff we'll be reading down the line. Your discussion with Miss Prattle was subpar. So does Servant really have an opinion on how other people talk to one another? My fine lady. The servant should do as he's told and nothing more. Oh, we actually unlocked one for once. Seymour House is often overlooked these days. Any idea why Master Seymour was invited? Even strangers why you worry about the Seymours. Seems to me that the former Galshep House is less likely to be invited. But there's a reason for everything. Sit back and enjoy the show. Hey, we got XP. Not now, dear. I'm trying to strike up a conversation with this rather stubborn servant. I don't think servants are allowed to engage in these types of conversations. Don't you think I know that already? I have 5 servants of my own. But there's nothing quite as satisfying as when you goad the help into taking the bait. Well, aren't you just a ray of sunshine? I'm a little surprised seeing you talk with Miss Prattle like that. You mean just now? What of it? I don't know. It's like watching a fight. I didn't expect you to take part in it. We've just met Seymour. I don't know why you're already making expectations. You're right. I guess I'm just a little bit flustered. Like I said, my mother usually handled these affairs. Looks like I have a lot to learn. Well, teach the basics, let him handle himself. I'm gonna assume this is a tutorial on the combat, so I need the basics. Alright, let's see here. Common discourse can be summed up by saying whoever gets the last word wins. Disruptive power, submissive tag. To move the conversation forward in the direction you like, you need to carefully juggle 3 types of phrases. We'll be simple. Let's start with a disruptive phrase. Doesn't matter which. Well, this one seems to give me the most power, but the other 2 give me movement. I guess this is a tutorial, so I'll just go over it. The disruptive phrase garnered a small amount of power in a conversation. To really affect the discourse, we need tact. Now that we have some power, select the dismissive phrase. But first, we'll give the opposition their turn. Alright. Submissive. Okay, so we don't have enough for overt. So we sacrifice power to get some tact. So we do common. Submissive phrase reduces power, but to gain tact, this tact needs to be aggressive without losing face. We'll go ahead and say an aggressive phrase and watch the conversation truly start to move. Oh, we got a lot. So we'll do overt. Hey, got a lot there. Oh, we're irritated. Just noticed that. The more pegs shown over composure, the more a conversation moves forward when using aggressive phrases. Composure is important. If someone has damaged composure, they become more susceptible to aggressive phrases. Or to be more clear, aggressive phrases move the conversation further if the listener has worse composure. Each phrase uses a tone. Damage composure by using a stronger tone. When the speaker chooses a phrase, they also commit to a tone. The chosen tone is shown as a shape below the person who used it. Balance phrases choices based on resources, immediate effects on the conversation, and tones to get the advantage. So in that regard, it's rock, paper, scissors. Damage composure raising a stronger tone, more facial red at the same point. So I want to do... Okay. X is this, yeah, okay. So I want to do over. No, I want to do common because that'll make him go down. There we go. Alright. I want to grab more, so we'll do overt. Ah, got us frustrated. Submissive. We do subtle. Okay, that's good because we got submissive. So we'll do common. Yep, ready to burst. Oof. Alright. Over the edge. And then let's do Beyond Return. Okay. We should be able to finish him off, right? Yep. Because anything we do now will win the game. So let's spend the rest. Nice. I know that was the tutorial, but still. Okay. That's not too bad. Gain XP after discourse. XP is higher when winning than losing. That's kind of self-explanatory. And Royal 2. Nice. Plus level. Wait, he level up too? Feel smarter? I suppose. Just try to remember the phrase civilitas oh my goodness. Civilitas civilitatum. Oh my goodness. I don't know Latin either. Saint Lauden's motto? I never learned Latin. It's not Latin. It's complete gibberish to the finest degree, but everything has meaning. It works as a reminder that in the civilized world, it isn't what you say that matters, but how you say it. Oh my god, I'm not saying that word again. Because I can't say that word. Our nation hasn't steered us wrong yet. I'll try to keep that in mind. Perhaps I'll start picking up on some of the finer points as I go along. And so I told that young lady that she could have my hat only if she put down the revolver. Really entail, Mr. Bosings. I'm sure that impoverished child you saved will never forget your deeds. Oh. Ho ho, you better not. Servant, when are we going to meet the professor? At breakneck speed, I assure you. Professor Chatters needs to finish setting up the equipment before the grand display. Well, we got newest invention. Let's say you tell us what this new device is, eh? I've been sworn to secrecy, as I'm sure you'd expect, Judge Postings, but your charm is noted. I encourage you all to mingle while we wait. The wine is out and corked. Enjoy it. Looks like we must wait a bit longer, Mr. McCall. It seems that way, Mr. Posting. Care to grab a drink? I'd love to, Mr. McCall. After you. And they're gonna keep going at it. This is a small party. I expected a bit more varied crowd, didn't you? I guess I never thought about it. But maybe more people will arrive. The night's young. Alright, select a key topic and gossip with guests, level up the topic, or learn new ones. Alright. So, we have newest invention and Seymour House. Let's talk to Seymour quick. See if we can learn more about his household. There's not much to talk about, really. My mother was the head of the house, and now it's me. Hey. Chatter. Not familiar with parties? Not really. I don't host any, and Seymours haven't really been invited to any since I became the master of the Seymour House. Interesting. Suppose it explains why you're so shaky right now. Possibly, although I'm always a bit shaky. What's course? This wine is getting in my head, so sorry. I'm not trying to make excuses. Please help me practice. Oh, so this is the battle. I'll hold off on that for right now. This woman, Seymour House. I'm all too familiar. It's a rather lesser house. The odd man with glasses is the youngest member, if I'm not horribly mistaken. But I'd rather not talk about that lineage tonight. What about Chatter? His party is getting dreadfully boring. I have the urge to leave. Another locked topic. I don't think we can win against her, so I'm not gonna bother doing discourse. Oh my god, he's even higher level! He's level 32! Ah yes, the Seymour house. Unimportant by the standards of the last few years, but not without interesting details. I'm positive Mrs. Prattle would have something to say about the former head of house, but I doubt she'll talk about it here. Maybe once the night progresses, the wine will loosen her tongue. Chatter. Boasting House is known mostly for politicians and judges, but most of us enlist early on. You won't find truer gentlemen. Because of our position, we've always been friendly with the McCall house, and in case you didn't know, it is mostly administrative. Every courtroom in St. London has at least one Boasting and one McCall. That means you're Judge Boasting, correct? Should I call you Your Honor? Absolutely not. Call me as you would any other civilian. I only go by my title in the courtroom. Well, hopefully you're a bit more... Hopefully you're as persuasive as a certain judge in the different series is. You're only level 3, how are you holding up against the judge? Seymour house. Seems I should know more about it, but I'm drawing a blank.
Hey.
Chatter. Good evening, Miss Gossip. Good evening, Mr. McCall. I see you and Mr. Boasting are settling in well. Yes, we have a sort of history. He's a master conversationalist, I find. Verbally sparring with him works to my advantage. He allows me to keep up, I know, but one day I hope to have as much social experience under my belt as he does. That's a rather simple aspiration. I've had no lack of aspirations thus far in my life. Big or small, complex or simple, I have room for all of them. I don't think we should fight him, just because we are only level 2. Can we not get in here yet? No. Alright, you're still there. We do have the lace invention, I think we can do. I didn't mean to hold shift. General Sand. I'm assuming that's who the green person is in the bathroom then. Let's see if we can talk about the invention. The professor's invention is as much as a mystery to me as it is to you. Honestly though, I expected there to be much more to the Summer House estate than your average party would have. Knowing what little I know of the professor's reputation, I expected the estate to be stacked to the brim with scientific equipment. Key topic, Chatter's history. Well, we learned a new one. This is the first time I've been to see the professor, and in fact, I'm not sure if anyone here has met him in person. I only really know about him is that he's wildly inventor. Luckily for us, his crazy devices aren't cluttering this fine lounge area. Yeah. Ooh, we need Chatter's history level 2. We have Chatter's history level 1. I wonder if there's a way to upgrade that. The professor has a rich and fine history of gentlemanry. At least, so I hear. He's rather reclusive. But he's quite brilliant. They say his inventions have been used in the front lines of this blasted war. Oh, well, we got that leveled up.
Hey.
So you've heard that the professor makes military devices. Interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember my mother saying that Professor Chatters used to be a linguist for the military. Did we level up again? Oh, we got Chatter's history level 2. Nice.
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The professor was a linguist. Interesting. I bet Miss Prattle would have something to say about that particular nugget of gossip. I also just noticed it swapped itself automatically. Alright, let's go talk to her. Professor Chatters was a linguist? What a marvel. My husband is a linguist too. I wonder if it's possible that Professor newest invention has to do with linguists. Oh dear, my wrists are sweating at the thoughts. Actually, I think I may have heard about such a project in the news. It was Professor Chatters who was working on communication technology. Can you imagine how war would turn in our favor if dear linguists had better gear? This has gone from drab to exciting. Imagine how such a grand linguist device today is in the field. My hubby could be home in no time. Yeah, we have that now. What are we doing? We haven't been here long. A woman of your position might find excitement in such dull gathering, but we prattles have such a much higher standing. I haven't been to a party in so few people and such little drama since I was a girl. There isn't even any music. What about the wines? Did they meet your standards? Wines are surprisingly quite fine, that is, except for the Ambleton. You can find a bottle of Ambleton in any cellar these days. On a whole, Chatter needs to work on his hosting skills. How he's managed to maintain Chatter's house this way is beyond me. Although, when I think on it, he hasn't really hosted any other parties that I know of. I'm not going to even remotely try to fight her, since we already lost the first time. Alright, we have... Can't talk to the general yet, so that one's pointless. We can talk to everyone again about the invention. I'm quite excited to see what the immaculate Professor Chatters has in store for us. Could be another prototype for the war. They say his previous invention was purchased by the military almost immediately.
Yo.
Word spreading that this great invention has some bearing on how we communicate. Simply riveting. Alright, I guess Seymour's the last one. Rumors are spreading that the professor is building a communication device. Seems a bit far-fetched, but we'll see soon enough. Alright, I guess we're out of that one. Let's talk to the judge about Chatters in history, I guess. So you're aware the professor used to be a linguist, eh? Oh, my word, this truly does excite me. I haven't had a worried discourse in years. A linguist like the professor is just what I need to test my merits. Alright, still can't talk to the general. I'm assuming they're in here. You know what actually I want to do? Before we end the video, I'm going to end it in a second. It's getting a little long. Let's have one more battle with Seymour. You sound like you're up to the challenge. Don't confuse my intense fear with a lack of enthusiasm. I am the master of Seymour House, after all. Entitled, certainly, but you sound like more like a servant of Seymour House. Oh. Seymour, I thought you were engaging in discourse. You can't give up prematurely. Try again. I get it. What we meant to say was, I disagree. Alright. Now that I actually know what, now I semi have an idea of what we're supposed to do. My problem is, do I want to gain an advantage of getting more move, or do I want to go... Actually, let's do common, because I get 1 move and I get 20 power. Alright. We do that again. Get him irritated. Alright. Use this. Get him frustrated. Oop. Now we're irritated. Let's do this again. I think a good strategy is get them to be blood boiling, etc., as quickly as possible. While also getting our power intact of... Actually, that's kind of how it's supposed to play. Oof. Ooh, that one hurt. Alright, you're blue. Oh, that stinks. I can only get 20 tact from that. Okay, now you are that. I can use common. Beyond return. There we go. Our max tact. Oof. Okay, but now that he's beyond return, we can use aggressive. Our circles, we can only unfortunately use that, but that's a lot of move. Boom. Alright. Doesn't really matter in the long run now. Do it again, and I think I saw we won. Yep. We got the last word. Ooh, we even got a level up. Nice. And he looks like he gained a level 2. So it looks like because Seymour levels up with us? Well, maybe it's a way to prevent grinding. We also earned a bow, apparently? I hate to do this to you, but it has to be done. What do you think I should get for my trophy? Well, you look spiffy in that bow tie. I agree, but I would like more than a compliment. Yes, what I mean is that I happen to have one you should take. It's handy, if nothing else. Very thoughtful, Seymour. I'll take it. You earned a bow. No clue what that does. Now keep practicing. You have some shaping up to do.
Huh.
I'll accept that challenge.
Huh.
Yeah, and his discourse is done. So it's only okay. So it looks like you can only do it once. I think I'm gonna leave it here. Next time, I actually think we'll go after Mr. Holden since we're now on the same level. Till then, everyone.